going the same way?
And no, the other way, I always change.
The clockwise.
Once I finish one round, I go to another round. And once I finish second round, I change it all the time. And this comes from the bottom. I will do cross and cross and cross it, and I will cross it, and that's it. Now what I want to do, I want to connect all the corners. I want to connect all the corners, and I want, watch this, this is very important. I want to take all the edges to the middle, and uno, dos, tres, flip, and flip it. Thank you.
Como podemos ver, hay muchas variedades de Jala. Cada Jala es distinta y cada uno de nosotros le pone su propia creatividad, así como nos los ha enseñado Ilan. Cada una de nosotros somos distintas, pero tenemos un común denominador, que eres tú, Dios, nuestro Padre, nuestro Rey, que nos amas y nunca nos abandonas. Dios, estamos aquí reunidas para engrandecer tu nombre y para demostrarte que somos un pueblo con un solo corazón, cumpliendo el mandato como Vashem nos los pide, cumpliendo su misión. Anachnu anekama, anachnu anejama. Nunca olvidar, somos la venganza y a su vez somos el consuelo. Siempre hay que recordarlo y hay que hacer la diferencia. Les deseo que tengan un Shana Tova, y Dan va a acabar todavía en un momentito, y que estas hermosas jalot que aprendieron a hacer el día de hoy embellezcan sus mesas y nutran el cuerpo y el alma de su familia. Seguimos escuchando a Ilan, por favor, que todavía tiene algo más para compartirnos.
Okay, I will give you last instructions how to make those halot. Okay? I want to give you last instructions how to make this halot. You bake here in Fahrenheit or Celsius? Celsius, good. So the classic instructions are 180 degrees, okay? These little pieces will need 25 minutes, not more than this. This big one maybe need 30 minutes, okay? Remember that as a rule, and this is very important, and this is something that can guide you. If I have big product like this, I want to bake it in a lower temperature but longer time. If I have smaller product, I want to bake it in a higher temperature but shorter time. Okay? I will explain it again. If I have big product like this challah, I want to bake it in a lower temperature, longer time. If I have small product, I want to bake it in a higher temperature, shorter time. I love to bake my chalot only to brush it with egg yolk. Okay? To make it look nice texture, I love to use only brush with hairs. No silicone. Okay, silicone brushes, it's not for brushing challah. Only brush with hair will make it look nice. If the egg is too thick and it's not very brushy, put a little bit salt. Put a little bit salt. You want to make sweet chalot for Rosh Hashanah? Yes. You want to bake sweet chalot for Rosh Hashanah? Yes. Good. So what I love to do, you can add extra extra sugar to your recipe. If my recipe called for 100 gram of sugar to 1 kilo flour, you can use 150 gram and make it sweeter. You can also brush it with sugar water. Okay, you just make sugar water at home, boil sugar with water and make like a nice sweet water and brush your chalot with it after baking. It's also give it nice shiny look and also give it a lot of sweetness, like you do with babka. Okay? You can use also honey, but you have to melt the honey with water because the honey is very thin. Okay? Any questions? Some asks me about, can I freeze the dough? Better not to freeze the dough, but if you really have to, so freeze it only when you cut it already small pieces. Okay? Because defrost the big piece, it's going to be long process and the dough will get overproofed. The best will be to freeze the chalot after baking. When it cools down a little bit, I always like to wrap it with a saran wrap and put it in the freezer. Afterwards, you take it out, wait 5 hours, 6 hours, and it's like fresh. Please.
If you want to do something in the halal, chocolate or raisin, when would be the best time?
When you will be the best time. So, if I want to mix my dough with the raisin or chocolate or something, you need it with a mixer. Okay, so the best will be to knead your dough in a mixer, okay, because to incorporate these ingredients in the dough by hand, this is very hard. So you will add it only in the last minute of the kneading, because if I will add it from the beginning, I will not be able to develop gluten. It will interrupt the dough to develop the gluten. And if I will add it in the beginning, it just will smash everything together and make it part of the dough. Okay, so the best will be to add it in the last minute. Okay?
Another question.
Please.
If I pour my dough and I present, it's okay if I take it out and I let it grow?
From the freeze?
I don't want to bake it. I want to pour it
And you don't want to bake it.
And after present?
Do not freeze the dough. Do not freeze the dough. Not freeze the dough. After you grate it, do not freeze the dough. The challah just collapses. Yes, you need to let it cool a little bit. Yes.
Altitude. הגובה במקסיקו סיטי, לא משנה זמן עלייה,
לא השפיע.
וגם לא על ה...
No, now each flour can be different. Each flour can be different. If you feel your dough still dry a little bit and you need to add more water, so do so, okay? As long you don't get sticky dough. As long you don't get sticky dough, add more water. That's fine.
I didn't listen. If you want to freeze it, you wrap it in what kind of paper?
Saran wrap. Saran wrap. Exactly. Now I'm going to leave it. I'm going to give it some time to rise. This challah that I break. Okay? You need to give it 1 hour, something like that. The most precise instructions is until double in size. Okay? And I have a great trick for you. Okay, I have a great trick for you. Lastly, take a photo of your challah before it's rising, and then take a photo after, and then slide between the chalot, the photos, and then you will see the differences. Thank you so much.
Un fuerte aplauso para Ilan. Les pedimos por favor que todas sus fotografías etiqueten a Jala Prince y también Vashem México, por favor, para las redes sociales. Muchas gracias.